The following program is for entertainment and educational purposes. Anything taken out of context is your own fault. The following program is not sponsored. The following host does not sound like this in real life.
Omito for the beat.
And welcome again, guys, everybody, to another episode of the Waddidit, the Waddy Talk. Woo! See what happens when you have a lot going on and everything like that. Yeah, welcome everybody. If you are listening on Spotify, Apple, what's the other one? Like iHeartRadio or somewhere like that. I welcome you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you came. So glad you came to visit. So glad you came. And the returning listeners, of course. Welcome to you guys too. This is great. So glad you're here. So glad you decided to tune in. So glad that you're most importantly getting something from the show, Getting something that is hopefully helping you in your life, helping you in your journey, helping you as we navigate this process through life and trying to make something of ourselves, which I hope is the goal. So I welcome you. And of course, right here on YouTube, the ones I'm looking at, welcome too. No new announcements. Lots of work, lots of content in production as we speak. So no need to really go into it. Let's just get into our topic for today. Before I do, though, I want to first off send my condolences to the family of Malcolm Jamal Warner. Even though this episode is gonna broadcast like September, I still want to send my condolences. None of them really know me and listen to this show at all, so it's funny. But anyway, I want to send my condolences to them and to his daughter, to his wife, and all of his fans. I'm glad we all feel the same way about him. I'm not that old and I'm not that young, but I've been watching the Cosby Show since I was like, 5, 6, somewhere around there. It was in reruns, okay, so, but still, I wasn't watching it lifetime. But anyway, him, Bill Cosby, and the rest of the crew are part of the reason why I want to work in television, and also why that era of television, like the 80s and early 80s and 90s, television is the whole reason why. Well, you can say the 70s too, but that whole reason why I want to work in television. So I had no words when it happened. I was just silent. But regardless what you think about Bill Cosby and all that, I think regardless, the man made a mistake. I think you guys shouldn't hold that mistake against him or anybody. But he made the mistake. That's it. And regardless, he has done great things for this world and for television. Although none of it seems to matter to some people right now. But then again, things happen and things do what they do. I'm trying to work on my focus here. Anyway, so because of him, like, look, y'all, the Cosby Show, Jeopardy, and Sesame Street is where I got all my education from. Okay, I was watching those three like drinking water. Okay, so I personally know these people, even though I don't know them, but I personally know everybody on those shows, and because of them, I want to work in television. Part of them, I mean, there's a whole lot more, but I want to work in television, and I believe that the world can be a better place because of it. So anyway, I just wanted to send that out. Okay, now into our topic. Today's topic, it's gonna be a 2-part thing this week. The next 2 weeks. This next 2 episodes, because this one could go a little deeper. I didn't realize when I was like coming up with it that it low-key kind of went into the same thing. Like, this episode is called Love the Haters. Next episode is gonna be Don't Be a Hater. Okay, now it's gonna kind of reiterate on some things, such as, you know, some of the points I'm gonna make today, because love is stronger than hate, but hate can be pretty strong too. I don't know if y'all know that. I don't know if y'all ever experienced that in your lifetime. But yeah, hate can be a little stronger. I mean, yeah, it can be a little stronger than it is love, and that's because, believe it or not, as much as you can put it in any instance, form, shape, or fashion you want to. We are quicker to hate than we are to love, if that makes sense. Like, way quicker to hate than we are to love. And that's not a good thing at all. I don't think we should live like that. I don't think we should be like that at all. But we are. We're that type of people. So, and especially us, we definitely shouldn't be that way. But we are. So anyway, we're gonna go into it. There's a couple things. I'm gonna kind of start here, and then we're gonna go from there. There's a point that I'm gonna begin with, and it's gonna be those friends who seem happy for you, but who seem happy for you, and when it happens for you, they envy you. They try to ruin it. They jealous, you know, that type of thing. Now, this can go into different many shapes, forms, or fashions. For example, when it comes to those friends, I've told you guys before, you guys should watch your friends. I was having a discussion with my sister, literally yesterday. We were talking about, you know, Christianity and spirits and that type thing or whatever. And I don't know how many of my listeners and viewers believe that everything is spiritual, but it is. You guys need to watch the people that you're around. Because some of them are kind of low-key haters. Just saying, some of them want what you have. You might not have nothing. You might not think you have nothing, but they might want something that you want. Just that you have, I'm sorry. Or, yeah, true, even want too. So, you need to watch those friends. Those are not your friends. The ones who seem happy, or you tell them something, because don't get me wrong, we all get excited about things. We all get excited about something that we kind of, you know, can't wait to, you know, like, what's the point of having a secret if you can't tell nobody, right? Like, who wants to do that? But we all have things that we have excited for. We all have things in life, and I want you to know something. There's a couple things that you can do to tell when somebody's not happy for you. Listen to how they react. Watch their face. Some people naturally have this face where irritability shows on their face, or envy shows on their face, or jealousy shows on their face. You need to watch them. They could be your best friends, but they might have something that you like. I don't know if I ever told y'all this or not, but if I did, if you're a real fan of the show, you probably heard it. If you aren't, which I don't think anybody is, I don't think anybody is, but I'm gonna tell it again. My sister accidentally sent me a TikTok of somebody describing, like, it wasn't for me, but it was interesting to know. And I was like, why she send this to me? But she meant to send it to somebody else. But anyway, the TikTok was actually good. There was this girl on TikTok, right, who was, quote unquote, I guess, I don't know, I can't remember all of it. I think she moved out somewhere and met this friend and had this friend, right? And who basically was like praying on her downfall. Like, she literally was like praying for this girl downfall to happen. So, but she seemed like her friend. or whatever, right? So she was having like a hard time getting pregnant. The girl was in her wedding and everything. She played the part well. The girl who, not the one that told the story, but the one that did, the one that had did it. Anyway, she played the part well. She said that the girl was basically, okay, so it was like this. Anytime she had a baby or was like had good news, she would tell her, but the girl would like pray on her downfall, and then downfall I think would happen, something like that. That like she wanted a baby, she had miscarriages or something like that, and she was having a miscarriage or whatever. When she got married, she was like, like playing the part well. I think y'all get the point of playing the part. Well, anyway, she eventually the girl kind of told her. I think the girl told her something. They went on vacations together, by the way, y'all. So this is how you know this is some BS here. So basically, the girl I think ended up telling her like, "Look, I was never happy for you or whatever. Like I was praying on your downfall." The girl was like brutally honest. The other girl that told this story I think was kind of low-key hurt. Anyway, she was like, "I was never happy for you. I never was like, she wanted her to be, when the girl eventually got pregnant, she wanted her to be the godparent, like, and it was like, you did all that not to, like, does it not go in y'all head, why would you want to do that to somebody? Like, whatever internal issues you have within yourself, fix that yourself. Don't bring that upon nobody. That's why I tell y'all, before y'all actually start dating, heal whatever it is you got to heal from, because you don't need to mess up anybody else's life because you mad or you got some mess that you got to deal with or whatever. Anyway, moral of that plot of that story isn't, and if I find the TikTok, I'll add it in the link below somewhere in the comments and caption below. If I find it again. It's been a while. I probably watched it last year before last. A lot time has passed, so whatever. TikTok had been banned. But anyway, you need to watch those type of people. You need to watch them because those aren't your friends. Those aren't the type of people that you want in your life. Those are the kind of people you need to watch, which is why it's great to have, the Lord on your side. It's great to have him right there because, to be honest, he'll reveal some things to you. He'll reveal some things about some people, show you how people really feel. I have had that before. Not gonna tell the story because I don't really care. But I have had that before where it seemed like everybody was against me over something, and kind of was like, what is all these people upset for? Like, nobody was telling me anything, and I kind of, as the situation happened, and then kind of you moved on in life, and sometimes you just end up yapping about it, just to yap or teach somebody a lesson. But anyway, I had realized I was kind of low-key like missing signs. I was just like, pushing everybody and blah 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 out of the way. But that's neither here or there. However, though, those are the type of friends you need to watch. There is such thing as a jealous spirit. Okay, that's another point. Jealous spirits definitely are a thing. Like I said, I had a good talk with my sister not too long ago, and we would talk about like different spirits and things. I don't think the world really takes that as serious as you think, as they should, but they are real. They come in any shape, form, or fashion. For example, I hope and pray I didn't scare somebody away not too long ago, where I was talking about I don't watch like demonic things. So for example, there was one, I can never think of the name of that movie on Netflix. Whatever it's called, the spiritual movie, like the spirituality, something like that. Anyway, I never watched that because I heard things about it. And I don't know. I'm not gonna necessarily watch that either. Just for the sake of, because I don't do the demonic things. I don't want demonic spirits in my house. Again, I found peace in life, although the past month it seems like I lost it, but I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep all the good I possibly can in my life so that it can stay, and it'll stay where it's at. But anyway, point was, things you watch or whatever, and the type of things you listen to, I believe have spirits or whatever, which is why mostly in my house I play positive things, which is why I want a career so I can have a positive impact. Negative things is going to lead to negative things. For example, the BMF. I like that show. I'm going to finish it, but it had some things in there where I just wasn't like, I was like, all right, bro, I'm not about to keep on. But I'm going to finish it out. But I had to anoint my TV from one episode. Then the other one, the dude was like, disrespecting the Lord. Don't do that. Like, I've had a family member I kind of backed up from because he was disrespecting the Lord. Like, first of all, don't disrespect nobody that's higher than you, okay? The Lord has been good to all of us, okay? He gives us grace each and every day, okay? I thank God, even though I overthink it and think I don't deserve the grace, happens or whatever. So, point is though, spirits are real. Jealous spirits are a thing. You probably have people in your life. Now, mind you, if you have something going on for yourself, that's great. That's definitely where them spirits is going to come from. If you have nothing going on in your life, or you have nothing, or you're like a loner, first, I commend you, because I personally don't want to live like it. But I commend you, and I think it's a very peaceful thing that you're even doing that. Or you're living your life the way you are. I think that's a great thing, because you probably have little to no friends, or you have or you're an only child, or you'd rather be by yourself. Great. Do it, because that's a great thing. Like, that's more peaceful than having, or in my case, I know a bunch of people, but like I told y'all, I'm funny acting, so I don't like everybody around me. Nothing against them. I just don't vibe with everybody. And that goes for friends, family, coworkers. I don't vibe with everybody. I really don't. Like, it's going to show on my face, which I'm trying to work on, I promise. Show on my face that I get real irritated, like, being around people. I don't know if it's because I feel something, like they have some type of bad thing with them. I don't want to be that person to be like, you got a bad spirit, and then, that ends up in some type of argument or whatever. But jealous spirits are real. If you're one of those people, now back to the point. Y'all know I yap in circles. But if you're one of those people who have something going on for yourself and doing pretty well in life, you probably have some jealous spirits around you. Now, are you paying attention to them? I don't know. I don't know if you are. You probably should. Like I said, there's a couple things that you should watch for. For example, somebody's tone. Second, somebody's face. Don't be afraid to be brutally honest now. Brutally honest is a great thing. I find that actually a tremendous thing. Maybe too honest. I mean, look, thou shalt not lie, okay? But personally, I like to be honest. Like, tell the truth. Like, don't shy away from it. Don't try to sugarcoat it. Don't try to add frosting and sprinkles around it, trying to on a lie. Like, tell me the truth. Come out with it, okay? If I did something, say something. Like, come out with it, okay? Like, straight like that. But anyway, you need to watch for those people. The tone, the face, and then see how they act after you kind of tell them that. See if they keep asking about it. Like, oh, did that go well? Oh, okay. Because look, you can't tell everybody everything now. I want y'all to know that you can't tell everybody everything, because the minute you do, people are gonna talk. Now mind you, in some cases, scenarios, you guys hopefully one day will develop this attitude. I do. It might kind of help you out here. But anyway, it's just talk. People are gonna yap and talk about you however it is. No matter what you do in life. You talk mean, if you're nice to them, if you're mean to them, if you mind your business, people just gonna yap. People gonna talk about you until the day you die, and then when they die, and then after that, and then eventually, it'll go away at some point in time. But anyway, that should not bother you at all. That shouldn't bother you how they ever talk. But those people I'm discussing, you need to distance yourself and love from a distance. Okay, I didn't say hate them. I didn't say go out cuss them out because they're jealous. That's just how they feel. Everybody's got feelings: happy, sad, silly, mad, jealous, envy, trauma, this, that, and the third. They just have they have feelings. Okay, and not to say how they feel about you is right. I believe in networking and committed and working together, that type thing. But I don't think, I think you should always be nice to people. Just saying. But anyway, you need to distance yourself from people like that. Okay, and learn how to look for genuine kindness. I want you to know something. Okay, I hope and pray. Now again, like next week, we're gonna discuss like if you're that type person. But I'm gonna kind of go into it now. The genuine kindness. How to look for genuine kindness. There are still, regardless, some good people in this world. Okay. I think they are, and I think you can tell when somebody is genuine and kind. However, you need to watch for it to make sure that it's really genuine. Like I know people who are nice, but they're not genuine with it. Such as, they're nice, but might, and you know how they know they're not, because they might be looking for something in return. They might tell you, you might say, thank you, I appreciate it, and then in their tone, they're like, yeah, sure, you're welcome, that type thing. I don't want to come off that way. Sometimes I just go, yeah, sure, you're welcome, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I'm that, I'm not that, but still, watching the tone is kind of what I mean. And then, what is that, tone? And then, like, see how they react after they do the kindness, Like, if you don't want to do, it's not hard to say no, kids. I want you to know that, okay? It's not hard to say no. Like, if you don't want to do something, just tell somebody that. Like, I know it's in your heart, or whatever, or you might have a good heart. You might not feel like doing it. Sometimes I feel like I overdo it, and I get tired. Being dependable is a really tiring thing. But I don't get, at the end of the day, I don't get tired of being nice or whatever. I think I get in my moods, and that's literally, like I told my sister, I'm bored with life. That's literally where my moods come from. I am ready for something new. I'm ready to be in the career, be at the job and career I want. I know things take time or whatever, but still, but anyway, that's something to look for. And then also too, this is a big one. This can kind of be a big thing, and I don't know again how social you guys are. I'm a very social person, so things kind of go kind of go around and around in circles, and nobody knows. But anyway, if somebody do something for you and you hear back, not to say you go look for it. Don't look for it, dude. Don't look for it. Just if you hear it back saying that they was talking about such and such and blah blah blah, talking about how they did this for you, blah blah blah, you don't ask that person for anything. I got to the point in myself where I don't ask anybody for anything. I don't want to, and it's not prideful. It's just you're not about to throw mess back in my face, okay? Like, if you want to do something for me, that's great. Do it. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna make sure that I do things. Here we go. A certain way you should probably be kind to people when you're doing something for people. For one, don't tell nobody you did it. Okay, that's just gonna show arrogance and show you that I did this for them. It's such and such. Like, you did it. Good. Like, great. Okay, move on. you didn't want to do it, don't complain about it. And then oh crap, I don't forgot where I was. Anyway, yeah, you did it. Do it under the table. Okay, that's kind of what I mean. Like, if you're gonna do something for somebody and be nice to somebody, like, do it under the table. Keep it like there. Keep it there because you don't want, people are built different. Okay, y'all, that's kind of the point I'm making here. People are built different. They act like they care and then they don't. No, and then, like, you don't want them type of people. Like, be a good person. It doesn't take much to be a good person. It doesn't take much to be kind to somebody. You never know what that other person might be going through. That other person that other person at night could be on their knees, or better yet, yeah, on their knees praying. I know what y'all was thinking just now, so hold on. Could be on their knees praying for something better, crying themselves to sleep, or has enough hate around them, family wise. They seem like, now I don't know if they have a bad spirit or anything, but they could be the kindest person. Let's just use that instance. They're the kindest person ever, and they just have all this hate around them for whatever reason. No clue at all. But you never know what the other person might be going through. So you don't need to be that person where, if you're kind, I get it. If you have a good heart, you have a good heart. That is a great thing. But do it genuine. Don't fake it. Okay? One thing I can't do is fake how I feel, what I do, how I act. Okay? I can't do it. Like, today at work, I kind of think I found my career. Not gonna lie. I was at work, and I don't know if y'all know what I do, and I'm not really gonna. Yeah, well, I'm a school photographer, so I work with kids all the time. So this is why I come home and it's peaceful, because I don't have kids. Anyway, so I was at an elementary school, right? And I was in the gym. I'm a adult kid, and I don't know what kind of made me. I was bored. That's it. So they had jump ropes and hula hoops and basketballs and all that. So I was entertaining the kids. They needed like 5 minutes to waste. I didn't know that. I was entertaining. I noticed the class was just kind of sitting there, and I was like, are they getting ready to go, or that's it? Because usually after the class leaves, I want to sit down for a little bit. It takes time to be happy. It takes a lot of energy to be happy and nice. I want you to know that. But anyway, I was entertaining them kids. And kids had liked that or whatever. And when I was done, I really thought to myself, why do I try to like downplay it? Why do I try to downplay that I'm good with kids? I don't like that. I realized that as I got older, and then I realized you were just like them. We were just like them. We were young kids. We were 5, 6. We were around adults and all that. We was around people like that, and we wanted to be around them. Now me, I was around them all the time, and then that's what happens when you watch cartoons too long. Anyway, they enjoyed that, and it made me happy because I woke up pissy on top of that. But it made me happy, changed my whole mood, that I made them happy, and they was looking forward to whatever it is. Matter of fact, I saw them after I leave. All of them had waved at me. I was like, I feel something. I feel nice. That was genuine kindness there. I didn't have to do it. I didn't complain about it. I felt good about it. That's the joke. But this one here is going to be a big one when it comes to genuine kindness, or when it comes to kindness and jealous in general. And this is a big one, okay? I want you to hear this, okay? The people who cheer for you, the people who cheer for others, but not for you. Now, mind y'all might be in a friend group. This is why you gotta watch people. You really need to watch people and watch where they come from. Watch people, bruh. You never know who is trying to come after you, who's trying to tear you down. Mind you, none of us is like Beyonce or Bill Cosby. Or who else is big? Meg, SZA, Mickey Mouse. You know, none of us are that. I ain't gonna say they're really high either. I mean, they're not high. They're well known. They all have something to stand for, you know? Like, you know, they did a thing and they like worldwide. Okay, I get that. We're not that high. So, and honestly, I don't want nothing from them either. So, I mean, for me to be jealous of them is insane. But anyway, the point is, like, I don't think any of us has that much, because none of this matters. I want y'all to know that. That's a reality that we're gonna face, and I'm gonna talk about it next season. But anyway, none of this matters. If you want it, you can have it. You can have this same thing I do if you stick around. I don't know about y'all, but I like to lead people in the right direction. So, you know, I try to do right so I can help you. You know, if I can help you in the way I can, great, because the future, I want to be blessed enough. I don't want to be rich, okay? Because it's harder for a rich man to go into heaven, okay? And I don't want to be that person, because I know in my brain, I'm going to do right by people. I know in my brain, I'm not going to be used. I know in my brain, you know, this is why I don't really want to be famous, such as like worldwide, because I would be nice to, and again, thinking about it now, as I go on this Christian journey, I think I would actually, might eat up these words, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. I don't think the reason I could really be famous is because I wouldn't be mean to like the fans and the people who love me, but the ones who act like they saw it from the start, you know? So that could be like, quote unquote, close friends. That could be the ones who was like, yeah, I believe in you and such, but then I asked them, did you share a reel? Did you share any posts of my pictures? Were you there? Did you text or call me? Did you support me in any, you know, in the ways that you could have? Like, see how that goes or whatever. And mind you, I don't ask for much. I don't ask for anything, really. Like I said, I post because I know what I want it like. Okay, and mind you, nobody now is gonna try to tear that down, which is why I watch everybody that's around me. You know, I have people who come around, which is great. But I have those I hold close and dear to my heart. And those are the ones I trust. Those are the ones that have shown me, you know, so far now, they've shown me that, you know what, I trust you, I love you, I like being around you, I like your journey, I want to be a part of you, and I want to be a part of them. And I thank God for the close ones I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 11 of them. 11 people. You know, and then I have others too, but they're not that, like, you know, I'm close to them, but I'm not like, you know, like close, if that makes sense. So there's that. But anyway, the point is though, the people who cheer for others and not for you, you need to watch those people. For example, or whatever. Let's take, you know, I don't really like to use relationships, or situationships or friends, but let's use that for example. I mean, because look at the generation that we live in, so we might as well go ahead and use it, right? All right, cool. So anyway, let's say that, and mind you, I learned this lesson too, so not to date anybody that's connected to a couple people I know, but anyway, let's say when it comes to a girl or a dude, right? Okay, and you've been friends, okay, before you even knew the dude or girl, you've been friends with such and such people for however long, right? Okay, great. And anytime, you know, you go and talk to somebody that's not, you know, that none of you know, you know, they hyping you up or whatever. Okay, cool. But then when they have a friend who come around, and then, you know, it seemed like nothing, you know, sometimes they might hype you up. Oh yeah, she's a good friend. Oh, he's a good friend. He's a good friend. I think that y'all should talk. First of all, red flag. Don't talk. Don't listen to nobody like that. Don't listen to nobody that's gonna try to put you together with somebody. Okay, I hate to tell you that. Don't be that person. Okay, Especially if A, they're single, B, they're around people who can't keep a man, C, is a hoe, D, is married but their marriage is crap, E, has a lot of hell in their life. Okay, like those type people, don't listen to nobody like that. Okay, just don't. Okay, now, I didn't say I was perfect. I didn't say none of us was perfect, but I'm giving you some common sense here. My show is based off common sense. I want y'all to know that. The podcast is based off common sense. That might be my new caption. That might be my new caption. Podcast based on. Okay, anyway, back to that. Anyway, now, and mind you, so you don't seem interested at first, but you know y'all talked. Y'all been friends for however long. Okay, great. I mean, not even friends. I say that back. You seen them around or whatever. Okay, great. And then it's like, oh yeah, hi, nice to meet you. Oh yeah, shit. You know, you had a couple drunk nights at the party. You talking to him. Oh yeah, you said that's great. Great. Okay, great. Now, anyway, so then you develop an interest. Not through that, but however you develop the interest. And then your friends find out about the interest. And then try to ruin it. See where that come in from? Like, that's not supposed to work because it's going to do such and such. It's going to make such and such feel dumb. And we're going to make it weird and blah, 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 blah. Again, those are the type of people you need to distance yourself from. Okay, distance yourself from people like that because one, they're not happy. Okay, they're not cheering for you. Oh, but it's gonna get worse. So anyway, so you and that person, do things and decide not to work out. Okay, great or whatever because maybe she listen to their friends. Mind you, y'all also date. Get y'all somebody that has common sense. Get y'all somebody who has a mind of their own. Okay, that means they don't care whatever anybody says or think. Do it. Now, mind you, if the person is toxic or is a hoe or abusive, kind of listen to them then. Or they have a lot of red flags. Listen to them then, okay? Because they might know what they talking about. But is that person and they doing right, whatever, don't see nothing wrong? Okay, great. And then on top of that, they don't come to you about that person. I don't mean get in the business. I don't mean those friends should be in your business. But such as if they see something and then you go around, oh, I'm so happy and blah, blah, blah. I think I found my person. Like, if they not telling you about that person, but they telling that person about you, you just see how that work. I hope y'all kind of understand that. But see how that work? Yeah, you need to watch that. Anyway, so it decides not to work out, or whatever. Okay, cool. And then even the person don't end up working out. Okay, great. Life goes on. Anyway, but the point is they weren't happy. The friends, when it was you and that person, the friends, y'all mutual friends, they weren't happy for you then. They weren't happy for you too, or him or her being with you. Okay? Now, time goes forward. The interest or whatever, you both have moved on in life, happens or whatever. The interest has somebody else or whatever. And then that same group is happy for them now. Because you got you somebody who loved you and cared and blah, 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 blah. Were you not that person that cared about him? Were you not that person that showed him, but it didn't work out for whatever reasons? But you see how that works? Like, it's okay if he or she dates that person, but it's not okay if he or she dates you. You see how that works? Those are the type of friends you need to watch. Hopefully that all tied in together. They cheered for others, but not for you. Like, oh, it's okay if he can have her or she can have him, but it's not okay if I can have her or she can have him. I was about to say that and I messed that up. Thank God. Anyway, you see how that works? Right? Like, you need to watch people like that. Okay? They seem like they don't want it to happen for whatever reason, and their word is gonna mess it up. When really could bring the other people together. It could bring y'all close together. It could bring dates and weddings and trips and all that type of stuff. But because of that, you listen to a third wheel or a third opinion. Now you messed all that up. Bro, you see how that works? works. But yeah, those are the type of people that you need to watch. Or whatever. Now we're gonna get into the love part of it. I love those haters. You keep in all this when it comes to the love. Focus on your goal. You know, focus on what you want out of life. Focus on how to get there. Focus on your vision. Like, let none of whatever's out here matters. Okay, whatever's out here doesn't need to matter to you. Okay, that's the outside world. You need to focus on what you want out of life, and what God wants you to do. Okay, that's all that matters. Because eventually, once again, none of this is really gonna matter at all. But as I said, you need to focus on that. Focus on that. That's gonna help you love the haters. I didn't say, now mind you, you had to go back, you had to be in their face all day. Anytime I ever say love this person, love that person, I don't mean you don't have to sit there in their face all the time, okay? I just mean, just because they a hater, don't be a hater towards them. They have a lot of hate going on. They hate you for whatever reason. That's great. They can hate you. Let them hate you. They can hate you for whatever reason. Don't let that bother you. Don't let that. Listen, dude. Look, dude, girl, person, kid, whoever it is. You have somebody that hates you. Let them hate you, okay? Don't feed into their hate. Step away peacefully. Get help if you need it. But don't feed into their hate, okay? Because hate is going to make more hate, and that's going to go even bigger. Fight it with love. Just say hi. Or you ain't got to say that. Just move with love. That's all you got to do. I know it's easier said. Everything I say is easier said than done, okay? Way easier said than done, okay? But, kind of ignore it. Like, they have enough hate going on in life. Like I said, you never know what somebody is going through. They might be taking the hate on you, the hate they have for you, taking that out on you because they have hate going on. Maybe they have a parent who hates them. Even you might have a parent that hates you or doesn't really care about you. Don't let that bother you. Okay, that's an internal thing. Okay, that's not your fault that your mom and dad decided to get together, and then they had kids, and then they had you. That's not your fault that you was born. Okay, you were born here for a reason. You were born here to be something and make someone of yourself. Don't let no parent, aunt, uncle, sibling, friend, co-worker, classmate, anybody like that even a pastor. There's some toxic pastors too. But just saying, there are some who aren't genuinely kind either, and I actually don't like that. Being the fact that you're supposed to represent the Lord, God is love, and you out here presenting hate. I don't think that's a good thing at all. But mind you, that's not my place to judge them. That's not my place to condemn them at all. That's between them and God. But I don't think that's right. That's just me. Anyway, don't listen to them type of people. Don't be no hater. Don't listen to them. Okay, they have enough hate going on, and look, okay, y'all on two different roads. Okay, you on this path where you trying to make something of yourself and be something, and mind you, it's a narrow road or whatever. But guess what? You keep on driving down that road. Okay, however it is you have to do. You have to drive. If you have to get on your bike, if you have to roller skate, but however it is, if you have to walk, stay on that road. Stay on the right road, because it's all gonna come together in the end. It's all really gonna come together and everything at the end, okay? And then, but them, they on a hateful road, okay? Right now, and again, good people suffer, okay? We do suffer. We suffer more, I think, because we love harder. That might be why. So love hurts. That's also gonna be an episode at some point in time, and I think I have guests for that, so stay tuned. But anyway, they don't really they have enough going on, okay? They on this road where they have all these, they in some mess they don't need to be involved in. It could be drugs. It could be, I don't even know if gangs are a thing anymore, but they might be. Don't really know. I've never been that type of person either. Not even a real one. But anyway, they're on this road where it's drugs that can mess them up, can be laced, and then they end up in some predicament. Could be some gang where they feel like they family, and then they end up in jail, prison, that type thing. These are the type of haters. And then again, I'll talk about like not so hard haters or whatever. These also are the ones who end up with kids they didn't want and then present that hate on them. I don't think you should ever in your lifetime do that. I don't think you should ever like present hate on a child. I really don't. I don't think that's a good thing at all. I don't think that you should be that type of person because again, that child didn't ask to be born. Okay, that child deserves a life too. That child deserves a life of love and everything like that. And you don't need to be the person to bring on him. And let alone, especially if they're a black child too, they are already gonna go through things in life. Okay, you don't need to be that type of person at all. But anyway, and then they're on that road to what? Not making something of themselves, being stuck in the predicament they are. Some of them, or okay, I'll kind of come off them type of haters. But then you also have haters who have a bunch of hell in their life, or can't keep a man or a woman, who end up in some toxic mess, who put on a show, and then they have all these different things that they don't realize or whatever, and then they end up in the same circle and predicament and loop, and they just over and over. But they like that loop. You know, they might like it. They might not want to ever come out of it. Me personally, as a friend, I try to help my friends. You know, come see my world. Come do things. Let's go do something different. Every day for me has to be an adventure. None of them, except for one, two, three. I have like 3 friends that like to actually do things. That actually like to go out and do stuff. And I think that's great. And those are the ones that you see on my blog this season. So, or anybody you see on my blog this season, yeah, that's who likes to do fun things. Anyway, the point is, that's the road that person is on, and you don't need to be involved in. You don't need to be that type of person. They don't need to be that type of person. You don't either. But that's gonna be the next episode. But still, yeah. Now, how to love them is easy. You just sometimes you can ignore people. You can speak and just that's it or whatever. Now they keep bothering you, and you gotta put hands on them. Bible does say turn the other cheek, but look, dude, if you feel like it, I would say tell somebody first, you know, so that there's a warning and that it's in the air. Okay, so that way, okay, if it gets worse, y'all know what's up. Okay, like I feel like that's a pretty okay thing to do. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. But as I said, that's just me. I personally feel like that's okay. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, they have all that, okay? Because mind you, that person mentally is going through things. They probably don't even love themselves, okay? And who knows? You just by being kind to them can really help them discover what love is, how to love themselves. How they might not feel like, you know, haters like that. I used to watch a bunch of movies and TVs and sitcoms, and you know how some of them sitcoms be like, you know, they have, you know, this happy family, and then they have kids, and then one of the kids is getting bullied, and then they go out there, and then somebody's talking to the kid like, you know, I think you have some hate in you too, and then they start booing and crying and mess like that, like, you know, that type thing. I don't know if that's even real, but it could be this is a factor that can also play into that. They might not. You could be that person. Always listen, y'all. If y'all don't remember nothing else I say in these in the 4 seasons I've done this show, remember this, okay? You could be that one person that can change somebody's life, okay? That could be in any aspect. You can be the one who can show them love. You can be the only one who can show them kindness when nobody else wants to. You can be the only one who can help them better themselves. You can be the only one who can help them find out, discover themselves, how to, they could have, a decent career. They could have things, they might have some unorganizational things, in their system and need help with. You could be that one person who can make a difference. That's the reason I really do this show. If I've reached, I don't care how many people will watch it. If I have reached one person, and I've helped them, I've done my job. You see, God created me to love, okay? And I love people, okay? I realize that. I don't care how tired I get. I don't care how many naps I take. I don't care how hard I am on myself. I don't care, I might have my funny acting moods, but guess what? I love people, and I like helping people. I like helping. I love deep thoughts and deep conversations. I love to get in people's head and find out what they're really about. I like to learn about people. I think that's where we lost. This is why marriage for us is little to none. This is why people hate people too. I think we should really get time because we don't try to know each other. We don't try to get to know each other. We don't try to find out. We like to scratch the surface. We like to scratch the surface and leave it at that. Take me because ain't nobody else here, right? All right. If I like to do a certain thing, or if I like to play a certain thing, or I like to watch a certain thing, or I like to be around a certain person, how about you ask me why? Ask me why. See, it's oh, okay, so you like that, and you'd be like, yeah, sure. All right, then, some people kind of leave it at that, and then some people, believe it or not, will distance yourself. Don't change yourself for nobody, okay? I tried that for some girl. It did not work. I realized, what in the was I doing? What was I doing trying to change myself to make somebody else happy? I realized they weren't happy with themselves. She was not happy with herself. Almost. And then, eventually after working through the toxism, I kind of learned a little more about it that I didn't know about it. I've known her for a minute. I was like, oh, okay, teach me that. Teach me how to love you, teach me how to care about you. Teach me how to help you. I want to be that type of person. Now, that might not seem right in today's world. I don't give two fishes, okay? I really don't. No, because so what? Or whatever. It does not hurt to be kind to somebody. It does not hurt to be nice to somebody, It don't hurt to do none of that at all, okay? Okay, but again, love the haters. The haters is there for whatever reason, okay? I mean, the world is already unbalanced, and it would be more unbalanced if we didn't have haters. Because haters, personally, they motivate me. They motivate me to do better. Haters motivate me to want not to become, what to be in my life, what I want to be in my life, I know what I want to do. I know how I want to get there. It's haters like you that make me the person I am. Personally, I ignored all the hate. I don't care what you say or do, or whatever. You can say and do whatever it is you want to. I learned that sometimes you just have to be quiet. I'm learning that now, and I think I'm gonna try it next week. Now, am I gonna pass it? I doubt it. We're gonna see. Anyway, the point is haters like you is why I do what I do. I say what I say. I am what I am. I am one person, okay? You are one person. We are one people. That means we have to look out for ourselves. First of all, keep God in your life first, okay? Keep him always, okay? He created you. He knew you. He He known you from the time you was formed, before you was formed in your mother's womb. I think it was before you was born in your mother's womb. Okay? There is a reason that you are here. Okay? It's not to hate. Just saying. Don't be one of them people. That's next week. We're going to discuss how not to be one of them people. And do not be one of them people. We're probably going to touch a little bit on the subjects here, but don't be one of them people. So, there's that. So, anyway, yeah. Move with love. That's what I said. Move with love. So, anyway, guys, I hope you guys got something out of this episode today. Again, I take notes and I go all over the place sometimes, but eventually it'll all make sense together. I mean, you guys are adults. Most of you, I hope, your frontal lobe has already developed, so you kind of can comprehend the information. Although it seems like some people don't have their frontal lobes developed because they're still stuck in high school. Just saying. Anyway, though, I hope you guys got something out of this. I appreciate if you're that one person that I reach. And mind you, it might be more than one. I don't know. The point is, I move with love, okay? And I don't care. I don't care how it makes me look, okay? Okay, God is love. Love might be softened in a messed up world that kind of normalizes sin. So whatever. I don't care. But anyway, next week, guys, we're going to discuss how not to be a hater. As in, don't be that person. Okay? If you need to refer back to the accountability episode, you can. That's gonna kind of fall into this. So anyway, guys, I thank you for tuning in. Thank you to everybody on Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, or whatever it is you're listening from. And thank you to everybody on YouTube right here. I'm trying to look at you guys, but I'm looking at 3 different screens. So mind you guys. Anyway, I really hope you got something out of it. I think this season, honestly, is a little more serious than it is, my other time. I always try to incorporate comedy and mess in it too, but sometimes people just really need to listen. They need to listen and find out, how can I better myself? I mean, listen, y'all. I watch the Waddy podcast, and I'm trying to better myself too. Okay, because I realized after going through what I went through, I'm gonna be honest. My lifetime goal is to help people not feel how I feel. I don't want people to feel how I felt before. I don't want people to feel hated. I don't want. And mind you, when I say these things, I wasn't hurt by it. Don't think I became some soft punk or something. But these are things I felt, and they just motivated me to do better. But I don't want people to feel hated. I don't want people to feel misunderstood. I don't want people to feel alone. I don't want people to feel, I don't have control over your feelings or whatever. But I want to help you not feel that way. I want to understand why you feel that way, and then so I can help you. If that makes sense. That's my lifetime goal. That makes my heart happy. Okay? That makes me happy. And then, so I can help you. Yes, of course, we're going to incorporate some fun and laughter and, genuine kindness and happiness and even maybe some music. But guess what? I want to make you feel heard and loved and cared about. And let you know that you matter, okay? That's what the Cosby Show did for me. Again, I send my condolences to Malcolm Jamal Warner's family. That's what Jeopardy has done. That's what Sesame Street has done. That's what these people in my life, the ones I hold close to, they've all and a bunch more in my world, but they've all made me feel cared about and heard, through different types of topics and scenarios in life instances I go through. So there's that. So anyway, guys, I thank you again for tuning in. You guys know where to find me. I am going live on TikTok. Look, I think the next broadcast I'm gonna go live. I think the next one I am, because I'm just procrastinating. The joke is, y'all, anytime I'm recording my show, My phone is almost dead. So really, and then I could have it on the charger too. So honestly, I could really do it. So I think I'm gonna try. I'm gonna just see who's gonna watch it and go for it. So anyway, we might do a TikTok live thing. So we're gonna see. Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Again, you know where to find me at. Yeah. Find me on all my handles. Find me on LinkedIn too. Find me everywhere, guys. I mean, pretty much everywhere. Eventually, when I become big, like I said, I'm going to remember who was there, who was supportive, and everything like that. So anyway, guys, until next week, this has been your host, Waddy Richardson, or Waddell in your case, legally. And I will see you guys again next week. And when I see you next week, I hope that you moved with some type of love in your heart. Some type of love. Be kind to somebody this week, guys. Be kind to somebody. And don't be that person. But again, we're going to discuss how not to be that person next week.
Omido for the beat.